Hey guys, welcome to this very first Bricks and Bones Battle Report. And today I am joined by
Jeroen
and his lovely painted Khorne Bloodbound force. It is magnificent. Today we're going to play a matched play Age of Sigmar battle, and we will play with two 1300 points armies. We will use the battle plan Border War, and there are no additional rules or whatever, we're just following the Generals Handbook. This battle report will see an introduction of both our armies, which Jeroen will discuss his army of course, and I will discuss my death army. And at the end of any turn we will give a summary, we will do one epic dice roll, and we will film every successful charge. And in this way we will have kind of an organized way to do our battle reports, I hope. I will discuss my army in a very explicit way, so I can refer to this video in my later battle reports, so I don't have to do that every time. Yeah, so let's go on to the armies. Alright guys, so here we see my death army, and well, let's just start with the general, which is my White King with an Infernal Standard. The White King has the ability to buff nearby units by giving the Skeleton Warriors a +1 to their hit rolls. Also, the banner makes sure that every slain model within 9 inch, or when he plants it and does not move, within 18 inch, to have another save roll of 6 for when the model is slain. And for the rest, it's basically just a normal hero with 5 wounds, a 4+ armor save, and well, a decent damage output, but you're not going to see this guy in combat, I hope. Next up is the Necromancer, which has the ability to transfer wounds or mortal wounds to a nearby unit on a 4+, so that's where the zombies are come in. And he has a magic spell that makes sure a unit is able to attack and pile in twice in the combat phase. Next up is a unit of 20 Skeleton Warriors, which gives them an extra attack, and they have banners, which make sure that in every hero phase you can return D6 slain models to the unit. Also there's a horn, which gives the unit a minimum charge range of 6 inch. The spears will hit on a 4+ and hit on a 5+ and wound on a 4+, but if they're within 18 inch of another death hero, they will gain +1 on their hit rolls, so they will do a solid 21 attacks with 4+4+. Next up is a unit of Skeleton Warriors with swords and shields. Same story actually, but they will do, if they are within 18 inch of a death hero, 21 attacks with 3+4+. Next up, a unit of Black Knights, which are pretty fast. They have a move characteristic of 12 inch. They do double damage on the turn they charge, without any rend, unfortunately. But they also have a banner, which gives them the opportunity to return D3 slain models every hero phase. Then there are a unit of 10 Graveguard, which is actually the unit which gives my army a bit of punch, with a 3+3+, rend -1 and damage 1 output, with 2 attacks a model, and a banner which returns D3 models. Also they have a horn, which gives them a minimum charge range of 6. Next up, the third battle line unit is a unit of zombies, which well, I had to take because we're playing over 1,000 points, so I needed to take 3 battle line units, and this is a, well, kind of a standard unit to make sure that an objective is secured or held, and well, they're the bodyguard of my Necromancer. Okay, next up is a unit of Spirit Hosts, 6 in total. They have a save of 4+, but they ignore the rend characteristic of any weapon that attacks them. Combined with a Mystic Shield from a Necromancer, they go to a 3-up save, which is pretty neat. They do a mortal wound for every 6 to hit, and they have 6 attacks apiece, so they're pretty awesome. Over here we have a unit of Crypt Horrors, which I just think are cool, that's why I added them. And they are, well, quite decent in their damage output, but a bit fickle because they don't have any rend. Okay, so these are all the units in itself. The whole army is a selection of models, which is a total army of 5,000 points right now. Not everything is finished, of course, but I'm still working on that, and I really love working on this army because you can take a lot of different models from the Death faction, and they all look pretty cool when they're displayed next to each other. The army I'm using right now is definitely not a competitive army, but just a fun selection of units with which to play a great game. Yeah. The command traits, battle traits, and artifacts are the following. The battle trait from the Death Allegiance is Deathless Minions, which gives me a 6 to negate any wound if they are within 10 inch of my general or another death hero. The battle trait for my general, which is the White King, gives me makes the 6 a 5+, which is pretty awesome. And my artifact is the Cursed Book, which subtracts 1 from the hit rolls of any model within 3 inch, except death models of course, for the entire battle. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is the command ability of my White King, which gives an extra attack to any unit, any death rattle unit I pick, which in combination with the spell of the Necromancer to attack and pile in twice in the combat phase is pretty awesome. For instance, on the Graveguard, when they do a 3+3+ with 3 attacks apiece and are able to do that twice, then I could do a total of 62 attacks in the combat phase, if they all survive, of course. So yeah, I think this is everything I needed to tell you about my army, so let's go to Jeroen's army.
Yes, this is my Blades of Khorne army, starting with the General, a Lord of Chaos with the Khorne keyword. He has the command trait Slaughterborn, it makes him reroll hits. He has the artifact the Gore Cleaver, that's what his big cleaver is there. It makes wound rolls of 6, give mortal wounds, and it gives a rend of -1. So in addition to his -2, it has now -3 rend. Then I have a War Scroll Battalion. It's made up of a Bloodsecrator, 2 Slaughter Priests, 2 units of Blood Reavers, and 2 units of 5 Blood Warriors. When I set the 2 Slaughter Priests within 8 inch of the Bloodsecrator, his bubble grows. So from 18 inch it becomes 30 inch, and it's a bubble where I don't have to roll Battle Shock, and I get +1 attack on each model. Then I have my Exalted
Deathbringer.
Exalted Deathbringer, yes, I'm bad with names. He's a sort of lieutenant for my general. He gets +2 attacks when he's within 12 inch, I think, for my general. And I also gave him the artifact that doubles his attacks, so he actually has 10 attacks now. But with that artifact, if he doesn't slay anyone, he turns into a Chaos Spawn. So I don't have a Chaos Spawn with me right now, so he just dies. Then I have my Gorgoret. Just one guy. The rules are actually updated for him, so he now does 2 damage with his fists, and he has 100 points instead of 80. I also have my Demon Prince. It's actually a really cool model, and I'm going to set it up not in deployment, so it can maybe get summoned when I have enough Blood Tide points. That's it. That's my army.
Yes, there's just one final thing to say about this army, and that it is beautifully painted. Every model has lots of intention to it, and it feels like a real army when you see it. Hands down to Jeroen and his paintwork, because it is magnificent.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Right, so both armies are deployed, and the first turn is claimed by Jeroen and his Khorne Bloodbound. We are playing Border War, and in Border War it is your goal to capture 4 objectives, and every objective scores a number of points. The 2 central objectives will score 2 points per player turn. Your own objective in your own deployment zone scores 1 objective, scores 1 victory point, and the opponent's objective scores 4 victory points every turn. You can capture an objective point when you have more than 6 models when you have more models than your opponent within 6 inches of the objective, and you can then walk away from it, so they will stay captured. We're playing on a beautiful table inside the Warhammer store in Rotterdam. It is nicely painted. We have 2 nicely painted armies, so we're going to have a lot of fun. We have deployed, as you can see, and I have placed my Necromancer near the gate, which has the arcane type, so I can have +1 on my casting rolls, which will be very handy for casting Mystic Shield on my Spirit Hosts and casting Dance Macabre on any other death unit. I have made a strong central core of a lot of miniatures with which I hope to claim the central position in the battlefield, and 2 flanking positions which with which I hope to claim objectives or claim my opponent's objective in the late game. So now I will switch to the Khorne Bloodbound forces. And as you can see, he made a very strong battle line of a lot of miniatures, and I'm well, quite excited for this battle because it's going to be awesome, but also quite terrified for the Khorne forces, of course. Is there anything you want to add, some tactical insights on your deployment, Jeroen?
Yeah, of course. With the battle line, I have to set the priest within 8 inches of the blood secretor, so they are within 8 inches. Maybe I can move them a bit forward, but they will be staying in the middle and casting their blood prayers. Yeah, I have my blood reavers on the sides both, so they can run to the objective very fast in my first turn. Yeah, and the Gorgorat for some of the big units there. He has rent, so maybe you go through them. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, so we're about to start this probably epic battle, and as is custom with every great Warhammer game, we start with a handshake.
Yes.
And well, great game. Alright, so we are here at the end of the first player turn. Jeroen, tell us what you did.
Yes, with the blood reavers I ran to the objective so I can cap them. Yeah, it got me a lot of points. And the rest, yeah, I just moved a little bit forward. I can't charge because I'm too far away. The Slaughter Priests are still within the bubble, so it gets a 30-inch bubble now. Yes, that's my first turn.
Okay, that's basically it, yes. At the end of any player turn, you score victory points for the objectives you cap. This game lasts for 5 turns, and we can see over here that the running total of Jeroen's army is now on 5 victory points. So this gives me already a bit of a setback, because now I have to destroy units in order to claim objectives. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, where are we in my first turn? And I managed to get a charge off with the Black Knights on the Blood Reavers. They are standing near an objective, so I want to thin the Bloodbound forces. Yeah, I want to thin them because I really need to claim that objective, of course, otherwise he keeps scoring points. My Black Knights won't do a lot of damage, but they did charge, so they will increase their damage by 1 on their lances, and we will do the dice rolls. Alright, here we are with the dice rolls for the Black Knights. They have a hit of 4+ and a wound roll of 4+ as well, and they have a total of 6 attacks for their lances, so let's see how it goes. That is 3 hits, and again 4+ to wound, which gives 2 wounds, letting Jeroen make 2 armor saves of 6+. One is re-rolled. Nope. That is 2 wounds. And then it is on with the horses, which hit on 4+. So that is only 1 miss. Great dice roll. And a wound on 5+. Which makes 2 wounds. 2 armor saves.
6+. Yes.
1 6, 1 down. Alright. And here we have the return attacks from the Reavers, which do 15 attacks, hitting on
4+.
4+, let's go.
Rerolls of 1s because they have 2 axes.
Alright.
4 plus, so 7. I've made it through. Then
Alright.
wounds of 4 plus also. 5 of them.
5 wounds. My Black Knights have a save of 5 plus, but against weapon with no rend, they have a 4 plus armor save. So let's see how many get through. We have 2 wounds, and since they are not in range of any death hero or my banner, they will just suffer 2 wounds, so that is 1 dead Black Knight. There we go, I will do this one. So we reached the end of my first turn. I managed to get a charge with the Black Knights and do 3 wounds on the Reavers. They in return killed 1 Black Knight. My Crypt Horrors did not get the charge off, unfortunately. They are looking viciously aggressive, but it didn't help them. And the rest of my army advanced a little into the middle, into the front, to establish a very strong center. The spears are on the left, the swords are on the right, and the Graveguard are there in the back. The zombies are staying back to capture the objective, just like the Necromancer will stay over there just to buffer everybody. The Spirit Hosts flew forward. I made a run move, so I will not charge, couldn't charge this turn, but they are not contesting the objective yet, although with the double turn, maybe in the second one, I will hopefully diminish the Khorne forces over there.
That's not.
So the running total of my victory points will be 0, since I do not have enough models within 6 inches of the objectives. Oh no, of course, yeah, I have got my own objective, so I will have 1 victory point, a solid 1 against the 5 of your room. So now we're going into the second turn. So for the second turn we have our priority roll. 3, 2, 1. A 1 and a 6. Woohoo! Alright, so we have the Crypt Horrors that have charged the Korgorath, and we're going to do the dice rolls for this unit right now. And they have 10 attacks in total with 4 plus to hit. See a lot of 3s and 2s, but we managed to get 4 hits through. They have a 3 plus to wound. With 3 wounds, no rend and no 6s. So that is 3 armor saves for the Korgorath.
3 4 plus saves.
And he failed 2 of them, doing 2 damage apiece, which brings him down to 6 wounds. Alright, so 6 wounds to go. Now we have the return attacks of Jeroen. Which unit are you going to attack?
With the Blood Reavers.
The Blood Reavers on the Spirit Hosts or the Black Knights?
No, these Blood Reavers.
Alright.
Yes. 21 attacks.
The Blood Reavers over there, because I also charge these Blood Reavers with my Spirit Hosts. They're going to do 21 attacks, hitting on 4s.
4 plus. And I can reroll once. 2.
Pretty decent dice roll over here.
12.
12 hits. Awesome.
And then a 4 plus to wound.
Ouch. That's
4,
gonna hurt.
6, 8.
8 armor saves for the Spirit Hosts. I didn't manage to cast Mystic Shield on them, so I will have 8 4 plus armor saves. I see a lot of 6s. I see 1 wound! Woohoo! So one of my Spirit Hosts get 1 wound, and I will. I am allowed to pick another unit to attack with. Alright, so here we have the Spirit Hosts going to attack the Reavers. It is pretty awesome because they do 6 attacks apiece, and every 6 plus does a mortal wounds, but they only hit on 5s. So I've got 36 dice in my hand. Let's see what they'll do. So I see quite some 6s, which is awesome. These are 9 6s, so there's already a total of 9 mortal wounds. Next we're going to roll every 5 that hit. Let's see, they are here. That's 4 hits, 5 hits, And they wound on a 4+. With 4 more wounds, which gives 4 armor saves to Jeroen. He needs to roll 4 6s to let him survive.
Yes.
He doesn't, so Jeroen loses a unit, but he also scores a blood tide point, which is pretty awesome because he has still to summon his badass demon prince. I really want to see that one in action, so I'm trying to kill as much units as possible, of course. Alright, so at the end of my second player turn, I managed to wipe out a unit of Blood Reavers with my Spirit Hosts. My zombies are still capturing objective 1. The skeleton horde marched up through the 2 buildings a little bit up to the front, hoping to weather the immediate charge, probably. And over here we have the Black Knights, who managed to remove a little more Blood Reavers, and the Gorgoroth, who has well, 3 wounds less, but also killed one of my Crypt Horrors. On this moment I have seized the right objective over here, which gives me 2 victory points. I still get a victory point for my own central objective, and I will receive 2 victory points for claiming this objective, which gives me a running total of 6. Alright, so we have the end of the charge phase in Jeroen's second turn. He actually managed to charge everything of his army into my units. These Blood Reavers charge with a charge roll of 11 on the Spirit Hosts. Every very killy and beefy hero rolled a 7, an 11 or a 10 into charging my skeletons. The same goes for the Blood Warriors, who are also charging the bulk of my army right now. Over here we have another unit of Blood Warriors charging my Black Knights, and well, we'll see a very long and awesome combat phase right now. So the first fight Jeroen picks are his Blood Warriors against the Spirit Hosts. Let's see what he rolls. How many attacks do you have right now?
16 attacks on a 3+.
16 attacks hitting on 3s.
And once I can reroll.
He can reroll once, so that's a lot of hits.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So we've got 13 hits, only 3 of those are missed. So 13 hits, and they wound on?
A 4+.
4+.
5.
And we have a total of 6 armor saves for the Spirit Hosts. They still have a 4+ armor save, so let's go. And I failed 3 saves. So that means that there is another Spirit Host dead. Alright, so during the second turn of Jeroen, we have his Chaos Lord with the Mark of Khorne going to attack my skeletons. And he's a pretty badass, so let's see what Jeroen has to say about it.
Yes, well, he's almost dead. He has 1 wound left, so I hope he's not getting killed next turn. But this turn he's gonna kill some skellies, I hope. He has 3 attacks with his cleaver, +1 from the Blood Secretor, so that's 4 attacks on a 3+ to hit. And I can reroll failed hit rolls because of his artifact. So there are 3 attacks, 3 hits. Then 3+ to wound. So 1 wound.
1 wound. And what is the rend characteristic of the weapon?
Normally it's -2, but because of his artifact he gets -3.
Alright. So, that is no armor save for my skeletons. What is the damage characteristic of the weapon?
It's 2 damage.
Damage 2, alright. So then we have 2 Deathless Minions saved, because they're within 10 inch of my general. Deathless Minions will be on 5+, because of the Ruler of the Night battle trait. That's no saves. They are both within 18 inch of the banner. My general carries, so they will have a 6 up. For every slay model, no, double 1. 2 dead skellies. Does he have any more attacks?
Yes, he also has a sword with 3 attacks, which becomes 4 now.
Alright.
So a 3+ to hit.
With rerolls, but
rerolls.
yes. Alright, 4 hits.
And then a 3+ to wound.
That's 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Rend?
No rend.
No rend. That will, and damage 1.
Damage 1.
Alright, so that's 3 times a 5 of armor save. I got 2, 5+ Ruler of Deathless Minions and Ruler of the Night, which I also pass. So that's 2 dead skellies from the Chaos Lord with the Mark of Khorne. So now we have the end of the second turn, in which Jeroen managed to kill another Crypt Horror with his Korgoth, in which I lost all my Black Knights to his Blood Warriors. His Chaos Lord killed an underwhelming amount of skeletons, which were 2, I believe.
Only 2. Yes.
Only 2 dead skeletons with spears. For the total I lost 4 skeletons with spears. I also lost 5 skeletons with swords. Over here I lost another spirit host, and with this turn he managed to reconquer the 2 objectives on the flanks. So he will receive a total of 5 points this turn, which gives him a lead after the second turn of 4 points, because his running total is now 10. Is there anything you want to add?
Well, no, I'm going to win next turn. But,
Alright, okay.
That's it.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll immediately do the priority roll. Let's go over here in 3, 2, 1.
My cool Khorne dice.
He rolls a 4. So he wins priority roll. Do you also want to take the first turn in the third battle round?
Yes, I do.
He does. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, so in the combat phase of the third turn of Jeroen, he will attack with his Chaos Lord on my skeletons, and he chooses to unleash the demonic powers in his
Reaper Blade.
In his Reaper Blade, but what was the name of the artifact? His
The Gore Cleaver.
the Gore Cleaver. He will unleash the demonic powers of his Gore Cleaver, with which he may only make 1 attack, but it does 2d6 damage. So he has a 3+ to hit with a reroll. He hits it.
Then a 3+ to wound.
3+ to wound. He wounds. All right. The rend characteristic of the
Weapon is -3.
-3, so that is no armor save. Then the damage roll, 2d6 damage, is 10 damage. Woohoo! All right, awesome. With these 10 damage, I will have to roll 10 deathless minion saves, which go to 5+, thanks to the Ruler of the Night battle trait, command trait. That is 2 5+ saved. Because they are all within 18 inch of the banner of my White King, they have another 6 to stay alive, which I do once. So that is 7 dead skellies. 7 dead skeletons with only 1 attack. That's pretty graphic. So I managed to do 1 wound with my skellies with spears on his Chaos Lord. He has 1 wound remaining, so now he's going to make his armor save roll of a 4+. Will he die or will he survive?
No!
It's a 3, he dies! Well, it should turn into a spawn right now, but Jeroen didn't bring a spawn with him today, so he will just be slain. I killed his Chaos Lord, woohoo!
Alright, so I managed to kill the group of skeletons here with the spears. Yes, and here I managed to slay the Crypt Horror, is it?
Yeah, the last Crypt Horror, yeah.
So that objective is entirely mine. This one too. And here I managed to slay how do you call it?
The Spirit Host.
The Spirit Host, so that objective is also mine. So I get 5 objective points this turn,
Yep.
which gives me 15.
A running total of 15. Yes. Yeah, he managed to kill 3 units, so that also provided 3 extra Blood Tide points. He only needs 2 more Blood Tide points to summon his Demon Prince, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, and as well for the skeletons, they're only left with 1 unit over here, trying to hold off this passage for the Blood Warriors. But as you can see, the Death Army is very much on the defense right now, and we will see what I can manage in turn 3. Alright, we reached the end of the charge phase in my turn 3. I have made a defensive perimeter of zombies around my 2 heroes, preparing for an epic last stand against these two flanking maneuvers of Blood Warriors. And here in the center we are going for another round because I was able to charge my Graveguard into these heroes, and my skeletons are still stuck with the Blood Warriors. So let's see what happens. So during this fight phase I'm going to attack with my Graveguard on the Deathbringer and the Slaughter Priest. I didn't do Lord of Bones on them. I did that ability which gives an extra attack. I did that on my skeletons with the hope to completely kill the last two Blood Warriors. So the Graveguard have 2 attacks apiece with 1 attack extra from my champion, and they will hit on a 3+, wound on a 3+ with a rend -1. Every wound roll of a 6 or more will do damage 2 instead of damage 1. So I will strike at the Deathbringer first using 11 dice. And I miss a lot of them, unfortunately. Oh dear. No, I will probably not even kill him right now. Wounding on 3s, give me the 6s, no 6. 2 armor saves on the Deathbringer, and I will do the other ones in the same go. So that's 10 attacks on the Slaughter Priest. I managed to hit some more with these, but not enough, not nearly enough. And do 4 wounds on the Slaughter Priest and 2 on the Deathbringer. Let's see some armor saves, Jeroen.
2 on the Deathbringer, 4+.
-1 rend, so that's 5+. And he
saves
takes them both. Oh no, he saves them both.
Gives you mortal wounds.
Gives me a mortal wound. All right.
Him with his shield.
Yeah.
Kills him.
All right, great. Then I'll roll the mortal wound. The deathless minions.
Wait.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, D3 mortal wounds with the shield.
So 2.
So on his armor save roll, he manages to inflict 2 mortal wounds on my Graveguard. I will try to save them with my deathless minion save of 5+, and I do not save it. I will try to save it with the banner of 2 6s. No 6, so that's 2 dead Graveguard. Alright, let's see some armor.
Wounds on the Slaughter Priest were how much?
4 wounds on the Slaughter Priest. Yeah.
With -1 to rend.
-1 rend, indeed.
So it's a 6+ save.
6+ save. He gets 4 wounds.
4 wounds, and he's dead.
I killed the Slaughter Priest. Woohoo! So the Slaughter Priest. I slaughtered the Slaughter Priest, indeed.
Which gives me another blood type point.
So that's another blood type point. Well, the good thing is that even though it is Jeroen's turn to pick another unit to attack with, I did cast Dance Macabre on my Graveguard, which gives them the ability to pile in and attack twice in the combat phase. So I will have another go on the Exalted Deathbringer, which maybe gives him his last blood type point. Yes. Okay, so what are you going to attack, Jeroen?
Yeah, I'm going to attack with my Deathbringer first.
Alright.
I don't want him to die.
Alright, great. Let's see some dice rolls then.
So with our 4 attacks. No, make that 6 because of his artifact.
He has 6 attacks.
7 even.
7 even because of the +1 from the Bloodsecrator.
Yes.
Still going strong over there in the back.
A 4+. And then
4 hits.
a 3+.
A 3+ to wound. That's 4 wounds. He has a rend of
-1.
-1. So my Graveguard. Alright, so my Graveguard will have a 6-up save. Let's go. See those 6s. I managed to save 2. Then I will have 4 Deathless Minion saves of a 5+. And I managed to save 3 of them. 1 Graveguard is presumably dead, but for every slain model within 9 inch of my banner, I will be able to save him on a 6. And he lives!
Wow!
Okay, so the Graveguard are still going strong with no casualties from the Deathbringer.
Oh, and now he dies. Because he didn't slay a model.
He didn't slay a model, and with the artifact he needs to slay a model, otherwise he is dead. So,
which gives me the last blood type point I need.
Which gives you another blood type point. Are you able to set it up immediately, or do you have to wait for your own turn?
For the hero phase.
For the hero phase in your own turn. Okay, so in the 4th battle round we will see the Demon Prince emerge and probably wreck my face. So after the Death Payer turn in the 3rd battle round, I managed to kill the Blood Warrior unit in the middle of the board, 2 of his heroes, One actually that got his life got sucked away by his own demon weapon. I made a defensive perimeter of these zombies for my last heroes over here, and I was not able to capture any points except for my own. So my running total will be 7. So at the end of the third turn, it does not look good for me. So we'll have to priority roll for turn 4. Let's see what happens. That's a 6 versus a solid 3. All right. So Jeroen, who is going to take this turn? Will it be you? Will it be me? What are we going to do?
You will.
Okay, so it's up to me to take the priority in the 4th battle round. All right, let's go. Okay, so at the start of the 4th battle round, we decided to see what victory points could be gained at maximum for me, and that would be a max of 6 victory points, which will get me to 13. So even with Jeroen scoring nothing at all at the coming 2 turns, which he will, but he will score of course, is it not possible for me to win anymore. So we decided to wrap up the game and say, Jeroen, very good match.
Thank you.
Congratulations with your victory.
A good fight.
A very good fight. Also what happened is that at the 4th turn, his beautifully painted demon prince came out of the realm gate and going to attack my 2 heroes in the rear, and I don't think the 10 zombie bodyguards will do them any good. So it would have been a total massacre. Would have we continued. So the game was pretty damn awesome because we saw a lot of models die. A lot of action here in the center of the board, also on the flanks, which saw my 2 flanks completely obliterated by the Khorne forces. I made some actually kind of huge tactical errors to keep my center a bit backwards and slowly. I should have put them on the right flank and on the left flank from the middle with my full movement. Actually, that would have been a big change in the game for me to be able to score victory points, even if I would have acquired losses. So lots of things to learn, but the most important thing is that the game was really epic. And well, you can see how many models have died on our death pile gaming board. So yeah, it was pretty awesome. Jeroen, do you have anything to say about the battle?
Yes, it was a very cool battle. My demon prince is obviously ready to slay.
Yes, he is.
You would have continued. You would slay your heroes, of course.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a good feeling to win this battle.
Okay, great. Did you enjoy did you enjoy?
Yes.
Awesome,
yes,
great.
Did you?
I did as well, and well, that's what a good game of Warhammer is all about. Thank you guys for watching this enjoyable, thank you guys for watching this battle report, and well, see you next time in another Break Some Bones bet rep. Thank you for watching, bye.